Hey YouTube, how's it going? KSO Dragons here, bringing you a Rokket Dragon deck profile. It's not a complete original profile. It is based off the winner of the UDS in America, Xu Ping, and he also topped 8 in the YCS 3-on-3. It's a really good deck, and I really like the Rockets. You would have seen from my old videos that I've been playing them quite a bit, and I really liked his take on it. So I've built the same one with some changes, and you'll see that as I go through the deck profile. But yeah, it's a really good deck, and it's actually a very competitive deck as well. So this is something you can actually take to your locals, regionals, or even a YCS if you have one coming up. So I'll get into the profile and I'll explain the sort of changes that I've made. So first off, your one card start, which is the Starliege Safet. And then we've got the baby dragons, so the white dragon and the black dragon. Really good cards, obviously limited to one, but very good extenders. And then into the rockets, we actually play 3 of the Rocket Tracer, 2 of the Silver Rocket, 2 of the Magna Rocket, the 1 Recharger. So pretty standard up here, and this is where I've got a slight changes. I've actually added in 1 Metal Rocket. The reason I added this, I like the interaction of, if you get the Rocket Tracer, you destroy it to get another rocket on the field in your opponent's turn. I like the idea of bringing Metal Rocket into the column of the extra monster zone that your opponent has, and then you can pop it to destroy all columns, all monsters in that column. I think that's really good, especially if you think about like when you're playing against spirals. They're going to a barricade blocker, and then they'll try to bring out double helix afterwards. You've got 2 monsters in that zone, and because it's a non-target destruction and it destroys everything in that column, it tends to be really good. So it's one of the reasons why I play that. And then I play the 2 Absolute Dragon as well. It's literally just fodder to send to the graveyard to add a rocket to your hand. And if you have that in your hand and a rocket, that's like full combo. So it's really good. And then following the changes that I saw from Xu Ping, play the 1 Black Metal Dragon, which is actually a really good 1 card starter itself. And then the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, the 1 Phantasme, the 1 Chaos Dragonair, the 1 Destrudo, the 1 Brotar. I don't actually go into this often, and I'll explain afterwards. The 1 Kaiser Glider. This is my OG card from back in the day. So you probably haven't seen this card for a while, so I'll just explain what it does. When it's in battle, it can't be destroyed by a monster that has the same attack. Also, when it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 card or 1 monster on the field and return it to the hand. So it's got a target bounce basically. And the reason I like to play this is you can bounce with Heavenly Spheres, bring this out, use your Rocket Tracer to pop this, so then you get another bounce on the field. And then obviously Rocket Tracer will bring out a dragon, another rocket, and then because you have Unchained Abomination Souls on the field, that will activate and then pop another card as well, which just works out really well. Or normally the rocket, and then you go from there. So yeah, it's just a really nice way to have like 2 bounces and like a column destruction if you use Metal Rocket or Magna Rocket to have another send, or Silver Rocket to banish another key piece. The other target I play for my Heavenly Spheres is the Koki Maru Dragu. I know I've not pronounced that right, but here you go. But I like this as well. So you summon this out, and neither player can special summon light or dark monsters. And like most of the meta is dark, so it's just really good to have. Not good against spirals though, because like some of their cards are like earth and stuff. So don't bring this out against spirals. You either bring out your Kaiser Glider or like 1 of the rockets or something. So yeah. That's that. So that's all the monsters that I play in terms of for the combo pieces and what I want to get on the field. The other monsters I play tend to be other hand traps. So if I just scoot these guys up, go into the spells. So literally the best extender in the deck by far is Quick Launch. So play out 3, 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. Now, I remember listening to Xu Ping's interview and he said like these are actually quite weak in this deck, when most decks it's actually really powerful. And playing this deck for a bit, it really does make sense. Like the only things you're really going to send off these two is like the Destruder or Absolute Dragon. But you have ways to do that through your combo, which is going to involve getting your Dragon's Ravine. So you don't have to really rely on these. But you still kind of need it if you just can't get to that point. But like when you're siding, these are actually two good options to side out. I'll play the 1 Monster Reborn, which just it's always good free value. 2 Well Legacy Guard Dragon, the 1 Dragon's Ravine, the 2 Boo Sector Launch. I actually might up this to 3. It's so good, like especially like late game or turn 2, turn 3. Like you have this active, your opponent's got a board. It's like, okay, cool. Bring out all your monsters from the graveyard, or just summon 2 from your hand. Like it's such a good free resource. So yeah, I actually might bump this up to 3 rather than just 2 because it's just kind of that good. So that's it for kind of the spells that will like help you into your combo and just help extend your plays. And then the last bit are the hand traps. So 4 kind of hand traps or slash disruptions. Got the 2 Cosmic Cyclones. I cut 1 to add in the Monster Reborn. Now I play the 2 DD Crow, the 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and then 2 Infinite Impermanence as well. I chose these, so like this was actually at 3 in his profile and I cut 1 for the Monster Reborn, and then these were 3 Ash and 3 Draw and Lockbird, because that's what it is for the format that they were playing there. I prefer these because it actually gives me a lot more flexibility, and in my side deck I can side out these very easily depending on what you're playing. I like Ghost Ogre because I know it doesn't negate the effect, but it destroys the card. And as you said, like against Spirals, as soon as they activate Double Helix, you activate this, gets destroyed, Helix won't go through because it has no zone to actually summon to. Or if your opponent's got a Link monster and they activate, you use this again and it destroys their zone. So it actually creates a lot of disruption. So this is the reason why I actually play this over Ash. But I do side deck Ash. So yeah, this is like my hand traps. But these are the cards you can side in and out depending what you play against. So it actually makes it a lot easier to side. And that's the other reason why I like this deck. Because when it comes to siding, it's a lot easier to pick your targets to side, because these aren't your combo pieces. These are all your defensive options. So these are the easiest cards to side out for whatever you're playing against. Cool. So that's it for the main deck. It's actually a 43 card main deck with the options I'm playing. I'll take you to the extra deck. Very similar. You're not going to see anything different. So the 3 Striker Dragons, which is just so good. You know, get your field spell, activate its effect, pop a card in the field to add a card, rocket back to your hand. And then you've got the Guard Dragon, so 1 Pisty, 1 LP. Pretty sure they will get banned at some point. The 1 Romulus to get your Dragon's Ravine. And then for the combos, I've got 1 Quad Bowler Dragon. I've got 1 Heavenly Spheres. 1 Beat Cop. I think I might cut this. I understand why it was in the list, to try and get around Nibiru, and then that way you still go off into Dark Monsters. But yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't gone into it once yet. 1 Delingris, 1 Triple Burst. This is like free value. Triple Burst is actually quite good. 1 Borosword and 1 Born Unchained. So this is pretty standard, and 1 Borrowed Savage as well. So this is actually pretty standard. You would have seen in his build. You also play the Draco Berserker of the 10E, which is a good card. But I just feel for myself, like the other option I wanted to actually play was Borrowed Dragon. 1, because it's a rocket deck, like Borrowed just kind of lives in this. But also it's actually just a really annoying card for other people to out sometimes. And also it's a good card to actually out like problematic monsters your opponent might have. So it's just a good to have in case you're like, they've got something which is just really annoying. You can just go use it to attack into it, take it instead, and then just go from there. So yeah, that's my extra deck. So yeah, pretty good. As I said, just works out really well. This deck's got really good recursion. In your turn 1 combo, you will literally go through like 11 cards in your extra deck, and the cards you'll tend to have left after your combo will be like these guys. You'll either have Sephirs or Romulus, like you'll have one or the two. So like you wouldn't necessarily have both, you have one or two. But this is what you got left. And if you think about it, after your turn 1 combo, like you only really need this to hopefully go for game, or this if you need something to out, like a Bowl Load or Bowl Sword. So you got to beat Cop if you really need zones, like if your board's been completely cleared, or you've got one or the other. But you really just one of these two, and it should help you finish the game, because you should have a boot sector launch left on the field. Let's say they cleared all your monsters. If your opponent's up their board, like the boot sector launch will allow you to special summon a lot of rockets back based on the number of monsters your opponent has. And then as long as one of them is Rocket Tracer and you can pop something else on the field, you'll be able to special summon out another monster and then go hopefully into one of these. And then that should be enough for game. So yeah, even though you use a lot of resource in your turn 1 combo, you'll still have something left to go into. Now my side deck, which is still changing, but we'll take you through it anyway. So I've got 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Anti-Spell, 1 Imperial Order. Still yet to go into these, but completely get, if you go turn 1, you open out one of these, that's pretty much a game. And then you've got 3 Evenly Matched as well. So actually, if I just move these around so it makes a bit more sense. You know, you've got your Lightning Storm Evenly Matched to help clear out the field. You've got your Anti-Spell and Imperial Order for lock. You've got 2 Nibiru to help go out, just because I haven't got a 3rd Lightning. And then for the other defensive options, I've got 2 Ash and 2 Jordan Lockbird, if I really need them. And then the 1 Scarlet Arc Fiend for a game if you're in time for burn damage. So yeah, this is the deck. I actually really like it. It's a lot of fun. It's actually very competitive, and the recursion of it is actually brilliant. So definitely a deck I'd recommend. Like, if your board gets completely cleared and you top deck, let's say, any rocket monster or Star Leech, so just a level 4 lower, literally summon, link into your Striker Dragon, because you should have one left, get another field spell, activate it, and you should be able to summon out rockets from your graveyard, because your opponent should have a bigger board than you do. And then you could just link off from there into like a Bowl Load or Bowl Sword and just go for game. So it's a really good deck, really good recursion. It just works really well. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to do some combo videos. Like, I know a lot of people have seen the turn 1 combo, but I actually just want to show you some test hands and how it works really well. So yeah, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and see you guys next time.